Hey, it's Erica. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing something a little bit different from what I've done before, so I'm kind of nervous. But I'm going to be reacting to a video by Girl Defined. And I'm going to be reacting, well, obviously, everything I do as a disabled woman. So I'm going to be, one second, I'm sorry. I'm going to be reacting from that lens because that's how I see the world. And their video is on cancel culture, so I'm gonna give my take from the take of a visibly disabled woman. And I would like to preface that by saying that I am still white and cisgender, so I still have certain privileges and things that I may not understand somebody else's perspective. I try my best to educate myself on all different social issues, but there may be parts of me that are ignorant, and I'm acknowledging that, and this is just from my perspective. So let's get started. I'm going to watch it and react to it. I have to pull it up on YouTube. Girl, did you find?
I kind of think of like everyone trying to be someone else's superior. I'm gonna hold you.
I accidentally clicked it off, but hopefully I'm gonna be able to put the clips in this video. I'm kind of new to video editing, so please bear with me. But in the first few seconds, one of the women on the left side of the screen says that she thinks that cancel culture is about people trying to be superior to other people, and that is exactly what cancel culture is not. Cancel culture is not people trying to be superior or get a leg up. It's people holding people accountable and saying, that's not right, you're hurting people and you cannot act like that. So I just want to make sure we're all clear here that cancel culture is not trying to be better than other people or more woke. It's just trying to make sure that as human beings, we all have mutual respect for one another.
Everyone trying to be someone else's superior. I'm gonna hold you accountable to my own opinions and standards.
Okay, so then she says she's going to hold you accountable to her own opinions and standards, and that also is not true. Cancel culture and holding people accountable isn't trying to say to someone, hey, I disagree with you, you're wrong. It's trying to say, hey, you're hurting other people. Like, say if you're being ableist, it's not like, oh, it's my opinion that it's bad to be ableist. No, it's you're hurting other people through your ableist words and actions, and you really should not be doing that, because as human beings, we should be trying to not hurt other people, trying to respect other people. So yeah.
It's gonna make me think of like a deadly game because soon you're gonna be that person.
Trying to figure out how my volume works. And then they go right into talking about their giveaway where they're going to be giving plane tickets and flying in. I think they said 6 women into San Antonio to hang out with them over the summer. And I really hope that they're going to be respecting the COVID guidelines, because you really should not be doing that during a pandemic. And I hope that they plan to get vaccinated and wear masks and follow all of the other guidelines to just be a responsible human. And yeah.
3 of our sisterhood friends, along with your bestie, so
Well, they said 3 of their fans and then 6 of their friends. Or no, 6 of their fans' friends.
6 girls total flying into San Antonio, our city, to hang out with us, explore the local now, which is basically just an amazing platform where you can make ours with us. Our goal of 500, and once we reach that goal, we're gonna give away Maddie, Jessica Pinion, Megan Hill, and the list goes on. Angelina Morgan. Those are just some of the recent ones, and so many more. So thank you. We can't wait to get to 500 so we can do this amazing thing. Y'all are incredible. Okay, that giveaway's huge, but if you become a patron, you actually get monthly free perks.
Oh wow, free perks.
All of that is coming with you as a patron, but you also get monthly free products, like resources to help you. As a single girl, if you're single and you're struggling, boom, this will be so helpful for you.
If you're single and you're struggling, they can help you.
Christian Girls Breakup Survival Guide. Breakups are hard. This will help you, or for a friend, or a resource if you're mentoring a younger girl. How about this? 15 verses to give hope during hard times. 50 questions to deepen your friendship. I mean, I could go on. There's like, I feel like I'm doing an auction or something. Like, can I get a bit? Can I get a bit? Okay, just to give you a taste of what happens for on patreon.com/girlsfriend. Come hang out with us. Come support us. Come get the goods. We'll see you over there. So I was actually listening to a podcast, and they would read like a phrase, and then they would get the response, like, what do you think when you hear this? So we're talking about cancel culture, so I'm going to say the phrase, which is, when you hear the words cancel culture, what comes to mind?
When you hear the word cancel culture, what comes to mind? For me, it comes to mind accountability and responsibility towards other people, but their reaction to this is bullies. And I'm not gonna say they're wrong, because we all have our different opinions, but I'm just pointing out that they are coming at this subject from a totally different perspective than a lot of other people would come at it from. And I think that's part of the misunderstanding here, is they don't seem to really fully comprehend why people are being canceled, or why they're being held accountable for their actions.
So you have to say, okay. And then bullies. Is that it? Me, I'm a bully. Oh, I have to say a phrase or a word. Like your whole response, not a word. Like that's it. And then I want you over on Instagram @GirlDefine. I want you to answer to, when you hear the words cancel culture, what are the thoughts that come to mind? Oh, okay. I thought it was one word. Like I don't know this word. So cancel culture. Cancel culture. I think of people getting canceled for having opinions that aren't in line with the political news of the day. Nice. Nice. What do you now you ask me? Okay, when you hear the word cancel culture, what do you think of? I think of them like, hey, you no longer match what I think is politically correct or right, and so I'm gonna hold you accountable to my own opinion.
So I really don't understand why the woman on the left, anytime she uses the word accountable. She puts it in air quotes as if being held accountable is some abstract thing when really it's you face consequences for the for your actions and how they're affecting others. So it's not this like abstract thing. I'm holding you accountable. No, it's if you say something and you hurt me, number one, you should apologize. Number two, you should learn from your mistake. And number three, moving forward, you should do everything you can to not repeat that mistake. And obviously, you're going to make other mistakes because everybody does, but hopefully you don't continue to make that same mistake.
And standards, and it's, I kind of think of like a deadly game because soon you're going to be that person that's on Google.
And she says it's a deadly game because soon you're going to be on the wrong side of the argument. And I do understand what she's trying to say there. Like, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. But here's the thing. Like, you're never going to know everything. You're never going to be the most respectful and the most responsible human. But I believe that we should all be striving to learn and striving to grow. So even if one time you get called out or called in for doing something offensive, you're not necessarily going to be thrown out of society and never able to redeem yourself, but you're going to be told, hey, you did this and that hurt me. Can you, like, and that hurt me. Please acknowledge that, and please don't keep doing this because it's hurtful.
Yeah, right. So I think it's just like an insane game that is gonna like ultimately destroy it. Well, wow, I really like the insane game, the insane cancel culture. It could be a movie. Okay, that was a long. Now we understand how this game works. We give a
So you can play with your friends, and you'll really just be so popular as people start arguing and fighting over, their.
It's not a divisive topic at all, really. No. But I think one thing we can all agree on, no matter where you're coming from with this topic, is that cancel culture is a thing. You might not call it cancel culture, you might have your own definition of what you think it means, but I think as we look out, we are seeing voices being canceled. It is true, and it doesn't matter if you're like, well, I just have TikTok or Instagram or whatever, and like I see something.
And also, right now they're talking about people being banned from social media. And here's the thing with that. If different social media platforms say, we don't like what you're doing, we don't want you on our platform anymore because you don't represent our values, that's their right. They're able to use their discretion and say, hey, this isn't what we want represented of us on the platform that we made and the platform that we own. And that's perfectly okay.
And I just go and comment on it. Like, that's what we want to talk about because I think of a lot of us blindly follow the crowd and we're just like,
I accidentally clicked off the video, but she just said a lot of us blindly follow the crowd, and I would just like to point out here that using the word blindly to mean ignorantly is extremely ableist, and it needs to stop right now. Please don't do that. I know sometimes I'll slip up and do it, but I try my best to avoid using the word blindly when I mean ignorantly, because just because somebody's blind doesn't mean they're ignorant or not aware of certain things. And we need to stop using that to mean what it doesn't mean.
I kind of think of like everyone
And
trying to
and this isn't me trying to cancel her and ruin her life. I'm just trying to say, please don't do that, because that can harm a lot of people. And at this point, I'm not gonna play the rest of the video because they just kind of go on and on saying the same point over and over, which, I mean, sometimes I do that, so I'm not gonna judge that, but it's just kind of pointless for me to keep watching and react to it, because I did watch the video before I started this recording, just because I wanted to get a sense of what it was about and what I wanted to say in response, and also to just understand where they're coming from and their perspective. And they use the LGBTQ plus community as an example, and because they've been very outspoken, they've been very anti-gay in the past, and homophobic and transphobic, and just not good. So they use that as an example, but it's like, here's the thing: if you're looking at someone and saying, your identity is against my religious beliefs, so I believe you are being bad for just being who you are, then it's like, yeah, you're gonna get called out for that, because don't do that. I don't care what your religious beliefs is. I really don't. You don't get to tell other people how to live their lives and who they should be. You don't get to do that. You don't. And right now, I want to use the example of Sia and her recent movie, Music, to make my point. If you don't know, Music is a movie that Sia made with Maddie Ziegler, and it's supposed to be about a young, nonverbal, autistic woman. But here's the issue with that. The main character, who's supposed to be autistic, is played by Maddie Ziegler, who is not autistic. She's neurotypical from everything that I know about her. And so she, in a sense, was ripping up, which basically means when a non-disabled actor plays a disabled role, and in 2021, you know what, that's not okay. But here's my big problem with that movie, is it's not the fact that it was made, because yes, that is problematic, but the fact that when Sia was being called out for it on Twitter, and when autistic people were like, did you even try to cast an autistic person? Instead of listening, Sia got defensive and was like, well, maybe you're just a bad actor. And it's like, that's not how to react to criticism, Sia. You are a grown woman and you need to be held accountable for your actions. Your movie hurt people. I didn't want to talk about this, but this past week I actually auditioned for a TV show, and I was auditioning to play a disabled character. And I mean, at this point, I don't think I got the role, but if I do, you'll hear about that later. But if then I find out that all of a sudden they cast a non-disabled person in that role that's meant to be disabled, I'm going to be mad. like I'm not gonna be mad if they cast another disabled person because maybe they were better, even if I don't want to believe that. But there are people that are better. I mean, this is my first attempt at acting, and I would like to pursue it in the future. But this was my first ever attempt, so if I don't get the role, like, that's kind of fair since I've never really tried it before. But my point is that it's not the movie itself which is the issue here, because yes, that is its own issue, but it's that Sia refused to listen. She deleted her Twitter because she couldn't take the heat, and it's like, well, then maybe you shouldn't have made that movie if you couldn't take the heat. Like, that would be like me posting this video on YouTube and being afraid to get backlash, so I turn off the comments. Like, I'm not going to do that. Because if I put something out there and other people take issue with it, that's their right. It's their prerogative to tell me I don't agree with this and here's why. So instead of me being like, oh no, you can't disagree with me, I'm gonna be like, okay, you disagree with me, and I'm gonna try to hear what you have to say and why you feel the way you do, and I'm going to try to understand that perspective. Unless it's being offensive or bigoted, like if it's racist or ableist or homophobic or transphobic or fatphobic or any bigotry, I don't put up with bigotry. But if you just disagree with me on something like you if like, say I am religious and you're not, I'm not gonna hate you and say you have to be religious. And I think that's just the purpose of this. Is cancel culture isn't about hating people. It isn't about shunning them. It's about being responsible to other human beings and listening to people that were previously ignored. And that's what cancel culture is really about. I really hope you liked this video. This was my first time trying one of those reaction videos, so if it wasn't good, I apologize. But this was my first attempt, and I hope to do more of this style of video in the future. If you liked it, please comment down below if you did, or if you have any suggestions for any other videos or YouTubers that you would like me to react to. I might react to them, I might not, depending on what the video is, but feel free to comment if you have any suggestions. And also, I wanted to say, I highly doubt Girl Defined would see this video, but if they do, and they would like to talk with me either privately or publicly, I would definitely be up for that, because I don't hate them. I don't hate them at all, so I would definitely be up to talking to you guys. And yeah. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more disabled content, I'm just going to say disabled content at this point, because I do workout videos. Apparently now I'm doing reaction videos. I do story times about my disability. So this is just like disability content. So if you would like to see more of that, please subscribe, because there will be more of all of those types of content. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Bye.